We are here with Nordic Semiconductor at Embedded World 2026, and I'm joined once again by Robin, who you will have seen before many times on this channel showing things at trade shows. But today, we're looking at sort of two ways of doing a very similar thing, right? We have talked on this very floor about edge AI and using various devices with Nordic in the past. Now, things have changed a little in terms of the way you can do it and what Nordic can offer. So as a general overview, do you want to talk about the two demos that you have here and the differences between them?
Yeah. So we have these two complementary AI technologies, Neuton models and the Axon NPU. So on the top, we have a demo of our custom Neuton models, which is ultra efficient and ultra tiny edge AI models to run on the normal processing core, the CPU of your Nordic SoC. Here we have a nRF54L15 tag that has a custom Neuton model that is trained to recognize different classes of motions based on accelerometer data from this board. Yeah. So if I do, for example, a circle towards the left, it shows on the screen that circle to the left, circle to the right. I can do a swipe in each direction. I can also do a double shake or a double thumb tap on this little board, and it recognizes those motions. And these Neuton models, they are built in our platform, the Nordic AI Lab, using only uploaded data and a labeled dataset, meaning that you don't need to provide any input on the architecture of your edge AI models. These models are automatically grown to the absolutely smallest size possible with the same accuracy as a TensorFlow Lite model or Lite RT model that is up to 10 times the size. And because they are 10 times smaller, they are also executing 10 times faster and are 10 times more energy efficient on the same core.
Excellent. This is something that already, like you say, these are made to be small, made to be incredibly efficient. But this is if you are just running on the CPU. So for example, like you said, this particular board, is everything running off this actual board? This is where it's from, or is this just sending the NPU data?
This is sending only the Bluetooth signal of recognized classes.
Oh, really? Okay.
All the AI inferencing is done on the Bluetooth chip itself, and it's sending double thumb. It's sending circle to the right, circle to the left. It's only sending those messages. All the data stays on the device, which is a key selling point for edge AI, is to keeping your data local.
Absolutely.
For privacy, for energy efficiency, for data costs, for everything.
Yeah. And that's a key thing, because one of the reasons that I mentioned that as well is just that the nRF54L15 is something that we've again talked about quite a lot. But it is a chip that essentially has an amazing amount of processing power for what it does, but it's a low power usage Bluetooth low energy chip that can do Bluetooth sounding, but the point is it can also do AI on the chip. This is not the only way that we can work, because until today I had not come across the nRF54L M20B, which is a variant of the nRF54L, and this is where we start to get in territory where things move a little bit differently, right? Because this has a dedicated unit for working with edge AI models. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the nRF54L M20B has what is called an NPU inside it, a neural processing unit. We've called our neural processing unit Axon. And this is for running a little bit more advanced AI use cases and based on the standard model architectures like TensorFlow. So this is for more advanced use cases. So Neuton models are good for simpler things like interpreting sensor data from accelerometers, PPG sensors and things like that with a fairly low data rate and normal time series signals. Whereas on Axon you can move up to higher data rates, you can move up to audio, you can even move up to low res image recognition.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe a good way to show that off would be if you want to show us the Axon demo that you have here. So very briefly, would it be correct to say that you have a board here where you can speak into the microphone on the board? It waits for a wake word, and that's something I'm sure many people are familiar with from using other tools where you can wake it with a word. The wake word of OK Nordic, and then giving it different commands. If you want to start doing that, I can explain what you're doing while it goes. So, as I said, Robin has a demo here. There's a microphone on the end here, and Robin is going to say the wake word OK Nordic.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Nordic. Up. Down. Left.
So what you're seeing him doing, obviously, is giving all of these different commands. And this is something that people are relatively familiar with, of course. The big difference here is that what you're seeing down here is the power profiling of two identical boards here that are running exactly the same kind of code. The difference being, this one is running it on the CPU as normal, this one is running it on the NPU. And I'm going to hand over to Robin to actually talk about what those differences are, but the differences are pretty stark.
Yeah, so we like to compare us to ourselves. So when we are running this exact same keyword spotting algorithm that is on this wake word gated keyword spotting demo, we can see that when you run the AI inferencing and the feature extraction on the ARM Cortex CPU in the LM20B, it takes about 73 milliseconds to complete one inference. And that results in it using about 185 microcolumns of charge. When we move the AI inferencing over to the Axon NPU, it completes this whole inferencing, one inferencing of this same algorithm in 6.5 milliseconds. And even though the average power or average current of the NPU is slightly higher than the CPU, it still uses under 20 microcoulomb to do the same inferencing. So it is over 10 times faster and almost 10 times more energy efficient than running on the CPU in this exact use case for this unoptimized trade show demo. And in our internal testing, we have actually measured up to 15 times both faster and 15 times more energy efficient than running the same Lite RT model on the CPU core.
Excellent. And I mean, with all of these things, I mean, we've talked in the past about whenever Nordic is showing something, it's usually based on something that there is going to be some kind of example code or something that will allow people to get to grips with it. Where are we in terms of people being able to integrate things like Neuton or Axon, depending on the hardware they're using, into the designs that they're making right now?
So the Nordic AI Lab is completely open. It was launched in December, so you can upload your data there. If you have a labeled data set, you select your target column, it will automatically generate a custom Neuton model for your use case to run on your CPU that is already fully optimized and ready to go. The Axon NPU, it's a little bit more involved. We expect users to have their own tool chains for creating TensorFlow Lite models and convert them into the Axon NPU compatible format, because we're using our own in-house developed architecture for this NPU. But the tools for this are already released. They are part of the NRF Connect SDK Edge AI add-on. So it's an add-on to our SDK that you download and build into your IDE. And there we have the Axon drivers, we have the inferencing library for the Axon NPU, we have the Axon compiler tool that transposes standard TensorFlow Lite models into the Axon compatible format and also allows you to benchmark the performance of your models, how they will perform on the NPU.
If you'd like to find out anything more about the things talked about in this interview, including Neuton and Axon and the new NRF 54L15M20B, you can head to the link below this video, where there'll also be a blog post as well.